Houston singles, we're bringing back speed dating at DeFortune. It's happening May 17th from 6 to 9:30 in a romantic cocktail bar setting with up to 15 speed dating rounds so you can meet and chat with new people face to face. Your ticket includes a drink, a matchbook to track connections, and your match is sent after. Spots are limited, so grab your ticket. You never know who you'll meet.
I know I'm not worthy of you, but I just can't help loving you. It's like wanting to touch a star. You know you'll never reach it, but you've just got to keep trying.
Why do you always say things like that?
These last 2 weeks have been wonderful for me. It's the closest I'll ever get to marrying you. That's why I wanted you to have this. No strings attached, just the one to my heart.
Pretty girls get attention. Valuable women get commitment. Attention is easy to get. Commitment asks for more. Looks might open the first door, but character, standards, and self-respect decide who stays in the room. A lot of people know how to attract interest. Fewer know how to command respect. Beauty can be noticed in seconds. Value is felt over time.
You know, modern women want men to chase them around until the end of time. And one thing we're finding out is that men are not going to do it anymore. Plain and simple, bro.
I'm asking why do men prefer women with lower body counts?
And the answer is because we're not equal. And again, this is going to always be the fallacy and the flaw with feminism, because you're going to be fighting for an equality that does not exist. I'm not saying better or worse. I'm saying we are different. Now, it depends on what you want intimacy for. If you want to be out there doing it with everybody, you absolutely have your right to do that. Please be loud and proud. We want to see you coming. The men love women like that to have fun with.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
Boy, your eyes are like sapphires. Gee. That's pretty corny, though, huh?
No, not at all.
Is she beautiful? Wow. I got 200 now, say. She looks gorgeous. The most beautiful of.
I owe my life to you, my darling.
I couldn't live without you, Robin.
You look like someone who knows good places for drinks. Any recommendations?
I don't know. Yeah, this is nice. Depends on the courtyard in there.
Yeah? Oh, okay. Is it good, like, to meet new people, something?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Okay.
And we'll meet you after.
And what are your plans for tonight?
He's visiting from Copenhagen. Yeah.
So you're visiting?
Yeah.
Yeah? For how long?
I come here all the time.
Okay, and you're Swedish?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, guys, so what are your plans for tonight?
So I am actually meeting up another colleague of mine for some dinner later.
Yeah.
And then before that we're just gonna have a drink. If you go in there, I'll come and say hi.
Yeah, okay, great.
A lot of these modern women don't understand that your entitlement, your level of delusion, all of that is real loud. And men are real quiet. Because I'm not going to entertain BS and nonsense. That's what I'm not going to do.
Do not marry someone that you never argue with. Marry someone you argue well with. That means that when you have an argument, you reach good compromises. You have a good recovery time. In other words, it doesn't take you days of miserable toxicity to get good again. It takes you minutes or hours. You're both good at coming to the table to apologize and soften. It's not always the same person who has to save the two of you every time you have an argument. And by the way, you only know these things by having hard conversations early on and being able to talk about the big stuff so that you know who you are when there are differences in opinions. And the goal isn't to agree on everything. You won't, and that's fine. But it is to make sure that you understand each other's expectations and you know ahead of time that you can handle the differences.
Good men sometimes will be hesitant to commit. Why? Maybe they don't trust you. Maybe they have concerns about what you're doing on social. Maybe they have concerns about the friend group that you're traveling in. Maybe they have concerns about how you treated your ex-boyfriend. Maybe you're not giving off like wife vibes and you're giving off, girls night out vibes. Maybe you're not being respectful. Maybe you're a boss babe type and they're like, well, how's this going to be? Like, I don't see like mom to my children in this woman. Why are they hesitant to commit? Take a look in the mirror. If you're so eager for that commitment, take a look in the mirror and try to bring to the table what guys care about, right? Say, am I bringing to the table stuff that's of value to him, or am I bringing to the table stuff that's of value to me? Because if you're trying to attract him, then you got to target it toward him.
Better for worse.
For better, for worse.
For richer, for poorer.
For richer, for poor.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love.
To love.
Cherish.
Cherish.
And obey. To love.
To love.
Cherish.
Cherish.
And obey.
I'm not saying that word.
Say it.
I'm not saying that word. I'm not obeying anybody. I don't obey anybody, especially him. So you can continue without that word. Cherish.
Can you just say it? People just looking.
I'm not obeying nobody. I'm not saying that word. You think I am about to start my life off obeying a man? Never. I'm not obeying anybody.
Say it, girl.
So we can continue. We can continue without me saying that word.
What modern women have to understand is that men don't hate you. It's just when they weigh the two and you have peace on one hand and toxicity on another hand, which one do you think that most men are going to choose? Probably peace.
Men don't approach women anymore. Used to be a man would approach a woman, he would get her phone number, would then get a date and then gradually build a relationship with her. Maybe he had to go on a few dates before he found someone. There are pretty simple steps to all of it. Now there's unclear signals. She might act disinterested, but she actually is. She may act nice in the moment and then contact her friends or contact somebody else because she doesn't feel safe. He gets shamed for it. He could be filmed and posted on social media. Overall, it's higher stakes and more potential downside to the point it is not even worth it. She may say ew or put him down when she could literally just politely say no. It's not about, the worst she could say is no. That's so far from the truth. A lot of men don't want to be labeled as creepy or inappropriate. Not only that, but there's endless ghosting nowadays. And women are justified with just about anything that they do. It doesn't matter how disrespectful, how impolite. Oftentimes, the man is blamed no matter what. After all of this, men are often forced to initiate and pay and plan, and it's taken as bare minimum, and all of his efforts in the relationship are considered bare minimum. He knows he won't even get appreciated, and sometimes not even a thank you.
Never text a woman who ignores you. Let me share this from a man's perspective. If she's not reaching out to you, that is your answer. You don't need to double text. You don't need to check in. You don't need to remind her you exist. A woman who values you does not forget you. A woman who's interested does not go silent. A woman who cares finds a way. She doesn't make you guess. So ask yourself this: why am I even reaching out? To prove your worth? To beg for attention? To convince her you matter? Bro, that's not your job. There are women out there who will be excited to hear from you, who will respond fast, who will match your effort, who will give you peace, not anxiety. Here's the cheat code to how women operate. A woman who values you makes it obvious. A woman who doesn't makes you confused. If her silence stresses you out, that's your sign. Move like a man who knows his value. Walk away. Upgrade your life. Let her see what she lost without saying a single word, because a man's attention is earned, not handed out. Your time is a gift. Stop giving it where it's unappreciated.
A lot of these modern women are burning themselves out, to be honest with you. A lot of these modern women are tired. They're exhausted. And a man has told you, the way you're going, that's probably where you're going to end up. But of course, y'all don't be listening to that.
You guys want to see a woman make a flex about her relationship online? That is definitely not a flex. Here it is. Yeah, I think we all know that their bedroom design definitely includes a chair in the corner. In all seriousness, to flex this online is like next level. And the main reason for that is how men will view your man. Tell me if I'm wrong, guys, but this is like the fast track way to lose all respect from other men as a man. Not only do you allow this situation in your household, but you actually praise her for it. And you're okay with her taking a video and showing that off to the world, because most men will see this as the highest form of disrespect. And for them to witness another man openly encourage it under his household, respect is out the window. Like, it doesn't matter what kind of career field he's in, how intelligent he is, how much money he has, how successful he is, and even how much he says his intimate life is spectacular. And even if he's bragging about how hot his wife is, these are all things that are just washed away with the overall disrespect.
A lot of these modern women are making decisions and they don't want to live with the consequences. They want a man to come rescue them. Oh, a man should just look past all of that. I'm not going to. If you have a history of doing the wrong thing, then I'm probably going to have questions about it at the very least. It might be nothing, but it also might be something. And I'm going to ask you about it.
Here's another form of begging that men do, and this one is called begging when it's too late. How many times did she tell you that she likes flowers? Huh? When she was on you, you didn't send her no flowers, bro. Now she don't want you anymore, you're sending flowers to her address. Stop begging, bro. It's too late. Do you understand? How many times did she cry? How many paragraphs did she send you telling you about how she wants to be treated? Now she don't want you anymore. You're sending surprise gifts to her yard. You're trying to treat her better now. It's too late, bro. Stop begging. And let me tell you this. Let me tell you something here. When a girl decides that she's done with you, it's done, bro. Take it from me. Take it from me. When she's done, she's done. Do you understand? And if she starts getting, it's ultra done. It's ultra done. So, bro, what I'm trying to tell you is, do things at the right time and stop begging when it's too late. Because when it's too late, it's too late. When it's too late, it's too late. So do things at the right time and stop begging when it's too late.
If submission is so valuable, why aren't men earning it instead of demanding it?
I don't think a real man demands submission. I think a real woman just
submits naturally.
Because we naturally are submissive. We're only this way because life has made us harder, because we have to achieve, because we have to pay bills, because we have to protect our children. But if a man comes in and takes that stress off of us, naturally, we don't have to keep our armor on anymore because we're no longer going to war the same. Our war is more spiritual. It's emotional. It's mental. It's not physical. That is the yin to the yang. That is the masculine to the feminine. That is the mix that we all need. That is why opposites attract. They're not talking about personality traits. They're talking about masculinity and femininity. Mm-hmm. So a real man, you don't have to ask that lady.
So speak to the men who demand submission from their...
Do better. Read a book. Learn some skills. Have a better idea about leadership. John C. Maxwell is a great author about all things leadership. And he builds on a Christian-based mentality.
You know, a lot of these men really are traditional men. Like I want to take care of you. I want to do this. I want to do that. And even if they weren't traditional, they are willing to take care of their woman. But a lot of modern women call men toxic and a part of the patriarchy and upholding the patriarchy and all that other nonsense. So men just started saying, man, it don't really matter what I do. You're going to complain anyway.
Because I don't feel like any masculine man would choose a Kim Kardashian.
Really?
Who has? Name one.
You're making your point, but I want to disagree, but you're making your point. I think Kim Kardashian would be a great counter. Why do you say no?
Say no to what?
That a masculine man wouldn't.
Choose her?
Yes.
Because she's too outside. I don't think any true masculine man would choose a woman that's had a tape, even if they're a Kim Kardashian. For the most part, the majority of masculine men, because masculinity wants exclusivity. Mm-hmm. There's nothing exclusive when you've been busted spread wide open on the internet and millions of people have seen you. That's not exclusive. I think that masculinity also desires a woman that hasn't been had or isn't known by so many different people. Homegirl, you've had 4 marriages. There's nothing exclusive about that. Right? Your picker may not be that good. 4 times you've been married and none of them have stuck. I have some questions. Now, that being said, does that make her a bad person? No. Does it make her unworthy of love? No. Does it mean that she's not the beautiful icon that she's created? No, it doesn't mean any of that. It just means as far as partnership goes, she might be really great at serial dating or serial marriage, but really terrible at the actual relationship part. That's what I think. Now, I don't know her, so I can't speak to what I know. I'm just in my own piece of without weaponizing. It's just, that's what I would observe. You've been married 4 times. None of it is stuck. You've never been with a masculine man that any of us know about. I cannot think of one. Anybody in this room, can y'all think of one masculine man Kim Kardashian has been with?
Love her.
I can't stand her. I'm not messing with you today.
Love her.
I ain't messing with you today.
Love her.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't think you can turn into a housewife. I don't.
Okay.
Not for a masculine man.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
I think a feminine man, sure, because she makes the rules.
You know, we keep on saying, well, men don't really know what they want. No, they actually do. Men are not confused. Men see a lot of patterns. They see a lot of what modern women are doing, a lot of what modern women aren't doing. And they're stepping back and saying, well, I need to take a little bit more of a look at that. Modern women are upset because now men aren't taking at face value the words that modern women speak out of their mouths, because you show me that a lot of what you say is not true.
Times have changed. Women have changed. The days of being a gentleman and being a nice guy, they're fucking done. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Okay? Because quite frankly, hoflation is real. Okay? And hoflation, guys, is basically what we have now, where we have women that demand top tier guys while being low tier women themselves. They could be 304s, combative, not respect you, not be feminine, not submit, not adhere to your leadership. Right? They could have all these horrible traits, yet they still feel as though they deserve a top tier guy. And I'm here to tell you guys, they don't. Okay? Bomba God! Don't rescue these women. Do not rescue them.
Love has truly been good to me. Not even one sad day or minute have I had since you've come my way. I hope you know I'd gladly go anywhere you take me. It's so amazing to be loved. I'd follow you to the moon and the sky above. Ooh, I'd go. Got to tell you how you thrill me. I'm happy as I can be. You have come and it's changed my whole world. Bye-bye, sadness. Hello, mellow. What a wonderful day.
Pro marriage tip: if your wife is mad at you because you cheated on her in her dreams, you sure as just go ahead and do it. Because as her man, you gotta make sure that her dreams come true, no matter the cost. And
the men that actually have the resources are operating in a completely different market than they used to be. They were told to provide, otherwise they were worthless. So they did the work, they got the money, they got the degrees, they bought the house, they did it all right. And then one day they looked around and realized the women that they were making all this money for don't actually need anyone to provide for them. So here's what they started doing. They started treating partnerships like portfolio diversifications because that's all they know. Why commit to one when the market says you can have many options? And here's the really uncomfortable part that you don't want to hear. It's working for them. The apps, oh, they love it. They reward it. And the culture right now, it permits it. There is no social penalty for situationships or having a big roster. And let's be really clear, these men are not confused and they are not stuck and they know what they're doing. They're just adapting to the market that is rewarding them. And the women, they're left holding the bag and wondering why they did all this work and why the men that are supposed to choose them aren't choosing them. It's because the game changed and we told men that their value is only in their wallet. They believed us, they built that wallet, and now they're using it exactly how the market wants them to use it. So you want a solution? I'm going to give you one. You have to stop rewarding this behavior as a woman. That's all I got to say. Full stop. No situationships. Why are you on the roster? But that would require the same things our mothers couldn't do. We didn't want to walk away from security. And that security you'll stay with even when it's not serving you. And this cycle will continue until someone has the courage to change it.
Wait, like actually?
Yes.
Oh. Don't call me.
What?
Don't come by my house.
Okay, wait. I thought we were getting along.
Too well.
All right, but I'm still gonna call you tonight.
No, but actually, please don't. Okay.
What I don't understand is that guys were made to pursue girls, yet we live in a society where, because of the lack of men there are, girls are having to throw themselves at guys to even have them look their way. Please.
I'm turning 39 in a few weeks, and guys my age do not want to date me. They want to date the girls that are like 10, 15 years younger. So the only guys that are asking me out are 50 and above, and those guys just look like my grandpa. So I don't know what to do. Send me some 39-year-old guys or some 40-year-old guys that want to go out with someone their age and that are normal. And please send help. Thanks.
Why do single men take advice from other single men about what women want?
Mostly because single men know what they want.
Why don't you just listen to what women tell you?
Mostly because you don't know what you want. Like, women say they want a nice guy, but even you know the nice guys finish last. Or you say you're a strong, independent woman, but you want a man to pay for everything from dinner, cars, and clothes. Or you claim you want an alpha male, but then one shows up and you call him controlling. It's kind of like asking a fugitive with a warrant how he wants to be caught. You can't take the answer too seriously.
I'm going to say something that I've never said out loud before. It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. But I feel like if I want it to happen, I have to say it out loud. And I have to put it out to all 200 and something thousand of you. Okay? I really want a boyfriend. I don't think you understand. For me, that's like so embarrassing and weird to say. Probably because I'm 23 and I've like never had a boyfriend before. Like a real one. But I do. I want it. So, do with that what you will.
No woman is single in her 30s for any reason other than she values and loves herself, because she could easily not be single if she were willing to settle. Framing being single as that's because I value myself. That's because I 100%. Love myself. I could go out there and just find somebody. Like, there's a lot of people out there to choose from, and many people do choose to settle.
It's very easy to find someone. Yeah. Like, if you have no standards and you are happy with anything and you will put up with anything. With heterosexual relationships, men are not the competition for each other when they are dating a woman. It's they're competing against a woman's solitude.
So almost the more comfortable you get with your solitude, the more of a high quality partner you'll get. Because you won't be settling in that
way.
Wow, we're having to do this. You got it? You got it or no? We're doing a man's job right now. Yeah, try to use it. Right. This is ridiculous. So much. Thank you. Here, record me now, because I have. Isaiah was supposed to come over here. Yeah, I know. You're making her put her phone down. Now she dropped her soda. Now she dropped. No, pick it up. Hurry. No, now the girls have to do this. Wow. Are we serious? It's so heavy. Yeah, finally somebody's here. I got my bag with somebody's here. A black bag. You don't see a black bag anywhere. It's got my purse in it. Wait, this one with the flowers. Here it is.
Where are the girls that are just super laid back and chill? Where the heck are the good women at?
So apparently the internet is full of men asking where all the nice girls have gone. So let me answer. Dear sirs,
We didn't disappear. We just stopped pretending to be okay with things that we've never been okay with. Let me give you a history lesson. For generations, women have been raised to be nice and polite and accommodating and just let men do whatever they want. Just let them act however they want, to overfunction in relationships, to never embarrass men, to never make anything awkward. Yeah, we call these pick-me girls, and guess what? They're going extinct, and honestly, good for us. Because there are amazing men out there that actually want real women. They want partnership, they want love, they want respect, and they're not looking for doormats. So happy Women's Day to all the women who stopped shrinking themselves to make mediocre men feel comfortable.
So you telling me it's more disrespectful for me asking you for a DNA test than to find out 18 years later that the child's not mine?
No, why you asking me for a DNA test? Because you did something that you know you're not supposed to be doing. That's why you need a DNA test.
A lot of men, what we do is we test. Me asking you for a DNA test.
That means you don't trust me.
No. Stop.
Absolutely.
Stop. It could be I don't trust you, one, or two, I want to see your reaction.
I'm definitely going to be like, why do you want a DNA test?
So now I really want to
let me tell you why. That's the most disrespectful thing you could say to a wife.
Do you think it's more disrespectful for me asking you that question than to find out 18 years later that the child's not mine?
Why did you marry her?
So another thing that men are not taught is that you have to proactively find your wife over and over and over again. She had a baby, you got a new wife. You have a second baby, you have a new wife. A parent passed away, you have a new wife. When y'all moved, you have a new wife. A job change, you got a new wife. So yeah, it's gonna take a while to be able to synthesize all those versions that you observed over the years to finally zoom in on the core of who she is. Because values change, beliefs change, character can shift and change, love languages change, right? So it's really the goal, when men feel like the goalpost is moving, it's because it is. It really is. We are moving the goalposts, right? We have talking about hormonal fluctuations. You have 4 different versions of a woman in 1 month, right?
I don't understand men who shame other men who choose not to holler at women anymore, or men who are just afraid to holler at women, because some of us men have always been rejected. Some of us men have always received nothing but rejection. So why the fuck would we waste our time trying to holler at these females when it's clear that they don't want our asses? Why the would I waste my time trying to holler at these females when they make it obvious that I'm an unbearable, obnoxious? I don't understand why men try to shame other men who choose not to holler at females when some of us men are just ugly. And the first thing females judge off of is looks. Forget about the personality and all this other they try to say, oh, it's about the way you dress. No, it's about your face. And if they're not with your face, they're not going to be with you. I'm just a goofy to them. I'm an uncertified bum. That's what I am to these women. I'm an uncertified polished.
Being a single working woman absolutely sucks. It's the worst thing ever. I hate it. I would go back to the 1950s in a second just so I wouldn't have to deal with this. I would love to be a stay-at-home mom. I would love to be a homemaker and a wife. I would love to be able to live on a homestead and go milk my cow and take the eggs out of the chicken coop and have one baby in the belly and on my hip and another toddler coming behind me. That's like my dream, but I can't do that because the way the economy is set up is I'm forced to work. I'm forced to get an education, a higher education, a college degree in order to make enough money that I can be financially independent and afford my own home or my own rent or my own gas or my own groceries, my own insurance. And it's extremely difficult to do that. And it's very isolating as a woman when you have to do all of that all on your own and you can't find somebody that you can outsource some of those chores and financial responsibilities like you would with a spouse.
What would you do if your partner told you that you weren't allowed to bring your phone into the bathroom in your own home? Because that's exactly what happened when this creator made a 5-part series detailing such events. So in part 1, she's basically saying that her boyfriend takes a really long time in the bathroom and it's making her concerned and speculate that he's cheating on her. Comments are terrifying. I'll pick the lock, don't play with me. I always go in there after 5 minutes and stand and stare at him until he's done. I personally wouldn't let that slide, so I started throwing hands on him while he was on the toilet. Part 2 is when she decides to time him. Part 3, it ends up taking him a whole half hour, so through tears she announces that she's leaving him. But just kidding, because in part 4, she actually tells him that she doesn't want him taking the phone into the bathroom anymore, so he calls her childish and he breaks up with her. But now she's the victim, even though this was her plan all along because she didn't get to do it first. Men have been finding gentle escapism on the porcelain throne for time immemorial, and will sit there until their feet are numb simply reading a shampoo bottle, because it's simply a place they find peace, and you're trying to take that peace away from him.
Did he say he wanted marriage eventually or marriage with you now? Big differences, ladies. Women often make the mistake of not taking a man's word at face value. The biggest difference between men and women is that men say what they want and need straightforwardly, while women beat around the bush. We go through the whole alphabet to say what it is we need, but men are pretty much A to B. If you're a woman that craves marriage, make sure he's on the same page with you on the first date, not the 15th. Because what a lot of us women do is get with men that don't want the same things we do because we haven't made sure of that, and then we blame them when things go wrong. When the fact is we just didn't do our homework. You see, from little girls, we live on fairy tale stories. Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, Snow White, and we take that into our adulthoods. We imagine a fairy tale in our heads instead of looking at reality. Take the rose-colored glasses off and see what's there.
When the man opens up, when he really opens up, don't you use what he said when he was open to prove a point when you want to win an argument. You will never hear the full story from us ever again. And we'll start to say stuff like this. How are you? Good. I ain't good, but I just ain't telling you. Women, let me tell you something. Men are not emotionless. We have deep emotions. We just don't know how to express them. And let me tell you, if you make us feel unsafe, you'll never hear from us again. If I tell you something in a moment of vulnerability and you use it against me in an argument, you can forget me talking to you forever. And you keep talking about he quiet, he shut down, he's in his man cave, he won't open up, because when he did open up, you shut the door on him.
So, who caught that? Did anyone? Because it's rather apparent that there are some women out there that don't even seem to realize what actually constitutes chivalrous or even gentlemanly behavior, for that matter. Because if they did, they would have probably realized that those gentlemen are actually sitting with their backs to the wall and their fronts are facing the door. What's the relevance of that, some of you were asking? Well, that means that those gentlemen would be able to see any possible danger that would be approaching from behind the woman, and they would be able to act upon it should the case arise. So, those gentlemen are doing exactly what they should be doing if we're talking about acting in a gentlemanly manner towards a lady. They're not sitting there for their comfort. They're sitting there because that is the actual gentlemanly thing that they should be doing.
Men don't need 20 things from a woman, just 3. Let me explain. Number 1, be his peace. The world already fights him every day. Work, pressure, expectations. So when he comes home, he shouldn't feel like he's walking into another war. Calm, grace, understanding. That's where men soften. That's where they open up. Number 2, respect. And yes, it matters more than you think. Not loud praise, real respect. Trusting his decisions, believing in his leadership. When a man feels respected, he feels unstoppable, and he will rise to earn it. And number 3, intimacy, not just physical, emotional closeness, feeling wanted, feeling appreciated. That little extra effort that says, I choose you, men feel that deeply. And when they feel loved, they give even more love back. It's not complicated. Peace, respect, intimacy, 3 things that change everything.
I think that a lot of times women will respect a man that's outside of their relationship before they respect the guy that they with.
Why do you think that?
Well, you know what?
100%.
I'm not going to push against that. What I actually will do is add to that. When JT and I first got back together, I had like a roster of dudes, right? Mm-hmm. You not shit, Bookie, you ain't shit.
Don't break that up.
Had like a lot.
But I love you.
People that I have been, talking to and whatnot. And when we went to the restaurant with my friends for my birthday, a guy that I had been texting with or whatever texted me like, "Hey, I just saw you walk in. Come here." And I looked at JT and I looked at my phone and I looked at JT and I said, I walked in here with this man. I'm not about to get up and go to another man's table and speak to them and whatnot. Yeah. That's embarrassing. That was the first time I respected a man like that.
Oh, wow.
So you saying that a lot of women are with men that they don't respect, I agree with you on that, because even being in relationships before that, I never cared to respect no man because I knew they wasn't my forever mate. I didn't care about, you don't like when I do this? Boy, I don't give a
A lot of girls wind up getting into a relationship with a guy that they settled for. It's not even the guy that they want.
Oh, but L, why are men so afraid of rejection? Oh, but L, why are they so afraid of rejection? Blah, blah, blah. Because they have inflated egos and they have low self-esteem, girl. They're insecure. You really think that an insecure person who believes that everything that someone tells them is the truth, you really think that they would take rejection lightly? Yeah, girl, absolutely not. I see a lot of women asking people in general, like, why men can't take rejection. Oh, rejection's a natural part of life, which it is. And it's because most men under a patriarchal system are going to be insecure as think about it, right? Although the patriarchy mostly benefits men, that's why they still continue to uphold it, they still get some downsides from living in a patriarchal society. Feeling entitled to women, feeling as though they need to compete with other men, feeling as though they need to impress other men. It's all very simple once you start to think about it. Honestly, ladies, you shouldn't even be worrying about the men that don't take rejection lightly, because that's not the kind of man that you want in your life anyway. Man that cannot take rejection is a man that is insecure, has a fragile ego, and feels entitled to women's attention. Peace and love.
Okay, this girl posted an amazing video where she was basically like, why have gender role responsibilities for women increased in modern times while they've literally seemed to stay the same or decreased for men? She's so freaking right. She said that her grandpa like literally built a house with his bare hands, okay, for his family, but that her boyfriend like struggled to build IKEA furniture or like mount a picture frame or something. But at the same time, women are now expected to still take care of the home, still be a great mom, be the primary labor, be the primary caregiver, birth the baby, somehow still stay hot, still stay looking good, work a full-time job while most men are just like regressing. Honestly, if you can't find a guy who can actually add tangible value into your life, I always say it's better to stay single, girls. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Please only enter a relationship that actually benefits you instead of draining your freaking soul out. And I know there are not a lot of men out there who are actually good prospects, so you have to be okay with being alone. Don't settle. If you make your happiness a priority, will eventually attract the same. And a man who truly values your happiness is the only kind of guy you should get with.
Like, you're trying to pursue me, right? But I'm just like, no. Oh, no. And then you keep trying. The woman likes it because she feels like she's wanted. She feels special. So let's say I'm the woman and you're the guy that there's two guys approaching me, okay? So you're the handsome one. There's another one that's not as attractive. So for the one that I'm attracted to, I want you to pursue me, and I may say no a couple times.
What I'm realizing is that women are a special kind of stupid. Now, I'm told that they're educated,
but I still want you to keep trying.
Why?
I'm just like, why?
But then there's another guy who's not that attractive who's pursuing me. I'm like, no, seriously, stop. Like, I don't like it. And he keeps trying.
Yes, but if you listen to how she said stop. I understand, but if you listen to how she said stop. So why should I stop when you say stop, but you did?
Because she didn't say stop how I'm saying stop.
Stop, right?
I'm saying
okay,
stop.
Then. No, don't tell me stop. No, don't tell me.
That guy's not going to get anywhere. But if you keep trying, eventually I'll give in.
Did you know that 25% of women in the United States are getting treated for a mental illness? That means 75% of them are running around untreated.
It's over for you thoughts. It's over. It ain't that time. It's over for y'all. The other thoughts made it bad for you.
What the f does that mean? I don't get why I'm still single. I'm a catch. What is going on in my life where I don't have a man? Or my standards too high? Like nowadays, men today want to be chased. What happened to masculinity? What happened to men courting women? Back in the day, dating was so much easier. Today's dating is you give a guy your number, and all of a sudden, you don't hear from them until 3 to 4 days later. What was the point of me giving you my number? The talking doesn't go as far as the actual app. There are no, let me take you out to dinner. Let's go catch a movie. Let's get to know each other. What happened to men actually planning dates? What happened to it? I do not chase men. I did it once, will never do it again. My biggest ick is a guy that can't hold the conversation. Now, I gotta talk the whole date. I hate it. To be dating no guy that don't have no money. I don't want some shala, but I've dated broke men my whole life. Now I'm in a place where I have money and I want to travel. and I want to see the world. I want you to have the financial stability to pick up and go on the trip. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for no Louis. I'm not asking for no bust down Chanel.
Man, let us know what y'all think about this. Leave a comment down below.
Gentlemen, understand something. If you are a single man with no children and you are earning $75,000 or more, you are now platinum. Shout out to platinum. If you're making 6 figures or more, you are now diamond level. If you're making $55,000 to $60,000, you are gold. You are far more valuable than you have ever been. And here's the trick. You guys don't know how valuable you are. And that is why so many of my critics and detractors are angry at me, because I am waking men up to their true value. That's why they want me shut up. That's why they want me off this. They don't, because of the impact it's having upon right-thinking men and right-thinking women. It is making it more and more, it is making it less and less possible for men to get bad deals. That's why every day I walk out in this world, I get love from men. Every single day. Shout out to the two young dudes. Hadn't even hit puberty yet. No offense, but y'all still look young to me. They can barely get the words out. Those dudes have to be 14, 15. Those men are going to have a different outcome because they're not going to accept bad deals.
I regret waiting until marriage, but it's not for the reason you think. When you grow up as a conservative Christian, the entire conversation around marriage and relationships is you wait to live together until you're married, and you wait to have intimacy until you get married. It's all full well and great for the people that want to do that, and as I grew up in that environment, I wanted to do that. What we don't talk about enough is how creating that expectation and creating that waiting can really expedite things like a marriage, like a lifelong commitment that shouldn't necessarily be expedited. So when you're telling a young 22-year-old that they cannot live with their partner and they can't have sex until they're married, obviously that timeline is going to move up quite a bit, because as a young adult, you want to do those things. You want to start your life, and you want to, basically do the things that adults do. You can't do those things, or when you're told that doing those things prior to being married is a sin and is going to cause destruction in your life, then of course what you're going to do is you're just going to get married. So no, I do not wish that I had had multiple partners or been more experimental. I just wish that those parameters had not been set. I wish that I hadn't set those parameters so heavily to the effect of I was willing to make a lifelong commitment that all of my friends were like, oh, are you sure? And even in my own head, I was like, am I sure? But I wanted all of these things. And so with that, it makes you take that step a little bit faster.
Men are not obsessed with women like they used to be. Y'all don't find that kind of weird? And to be honest, no, I don't find that kind of weird, because what exactly is there for men to be obsessed with in today's world? Women have left no room for imagination, none whatsoever. It's like your sense of entitlement is out of control. Your expectations are unrealistic. Y'all walk around showing your bodies half dressed, half exposed 24/7, out smoking, drinking, partying 24/7, on the scene 24/7. A lot of y'all are not even coming with nothing to the table because you're too busy with your hand out trying to see what man got the next bag so he can sponsor your lifestyle to make you look like you're living a lifestyle to post on the internet. It's like a lot of y'all don't have common sense. A lot of y'all don't know how to hold a conversation. A lot of y'all don't have no originality about yourselves. Everybody is getting the same body. Everybody is getting the same hairstyle. Everybody looks the exact same. And it's like y'all get that confused. Oh, well, men like that. No, men fuck that. But men are not wiping that, and they're not cuffing that. And I think y'all are starting to realize that. And then the first thing y'all want to say is, oh, well, they're sassy. No, they're not. They're just tired of what you guys are presenting. And if y'all are here to give them free looks and free everything they ain't got to work for, why would they? But they're never going to take you serious. So it seems to me like a lot of y'all are now starting to realize that you're either losing value or have lost value from chasing attention. And now that's something that y'all got to deal with, and y'all can't face that fact. Men love women that are exclusive, women that are put up.
You know what's genuinely stressing me out is the amount of men that don't understand that it is a male's job to pursue.
Y'all don't know what the she talking about. Anyway, finally, this did something. And I know he got his guts rearranged, in the process, but at least he finally did what he had to do. Finally, he grew some balls, and it was the most morbid scene in the entire show so far, hands down. Ever since the beginning of this show, he's just been pissing me off, getting his ass whooped every time. And finally a little bit of character development, a little bit, but I kind of miss it. I kind of miss ruthless Nolan. But this might become the new Mark, bro. Just, again, getting his whooped anytime he has to fight anything that's above street tier. Oh, but Mason, he's just a kid. I know, he's just a kid. But, bro, it's going to piss me off. It's really going to piss me off. Nolan and Mark had to stay saving his that entire episode. He was about to get murked. Times. Man, I can just see it. I can see it now. He's about to make me so angry the rest of this season. I was losing a little bit of hope after that episode last week, the filler episode with everybody's favorite side plot with Damien Darkblood. Just favorite side character of the entire show. We're finally getting some we give a about. I can't believe I didn't even know this season came out until like a couple weeks ago. Wild.
Every gentleman should do these 5 things when going on a date, because chivalry isn't outdated. It's simply uncommon. Let's change that. Number 1, be punctual. Arriving on time shows respect for the lady and the effort she made to prepare for you. Number 2, don't sit in the car and toot your horn or text, "I'm here." Go to the door, ring the bell, and gracefully wait for her to open the door. Number 3, be intentional about your appearance. Take pride in how you look. Be neat, clean, and well put together. It tells her you value the occasion. And don't forget your belt if your trousers have loops. Number 4, put your phone away. Nothing says disinterest like scrolling mid-conversations. Be present. And by the way, this goes for her as well. Number 5, open doors, pull out her chair, walk her to the car or her door. You see, those small gestures don't make you old-fashioned. They make you attentive and chivalrous. Number 6, express gratitude. Whether you planned the evening or not, say, "I had a wonderful time. Thank you for your company." That goes a long way. It just might warrant a second date. Good manners leaves a lasting impression. Gentlemanly behavior never goes out of style. It just needs to be practiced. If you would like to teach all of these transformative protocols and more, join us in our 3-day annual in-person certification masterclass in Fort Lauderdale coming March of 2026. Visit our website and click Become Certified.
These modern women continue to try to humiliate a man. They continue to try to dog a man out in public. They think because they have Instagram and TikTok and they're recording that all men, most men will kind of step back and they'll be like, oh, it ain't worth it. But a lot of these, there's a lot of these modern women think I can do that to any man and just shame him. At some point in time, you're going to do that. And that man is going to clown you. And he's going to ruin your reputation online. Number 1. Number 2, God forbid you try to put your hands on that man and that man put his hands on you back. That's not what you want. Be careful.